I was just like fixing the audio. So, yeah, for today, you might have seen the, you might have seen the cake pop video that Hillary made. And yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to make it. So yeah, I don't have the instructions for it, but I'll look it up to see how to make them. So all I know is that first you'll need the flavor you'll need with powder. So yeah, and yeah, you're gonna okay. So yeah, so yeah, you're gonna make how do I make cake pops? Okay. So all you're gonna do is add a cake mix of your choice. You're gonna add some frosting to it, chocolate for melting, or if you want, or if you want, well, or if you want chocolate, I think. Your choice is somewhat. So you can add milk or dark, your choice, and some white for decorating purposes. White chocolate is optional. White chocolate wafers, it's optional. Yeah. Sprinkles for decoration. Lollipop sticks, styrofoam block, food coloring, which is optional. So bake a cake. It doesn't matter what type. Make the flavor that you enjoy most. Allow the cake to cool completely after taking the cake out of the oven. Be sure it is totally cool before you start transforming it into cake pops. Using either your hands or a spoon, take the cold cake out of the pan and place it into a large bowl. Mix to break down the cake into fine crumbs. You can either mix it with an electric mixer or you can use your hands. Make sure that all there is left is crumbs. This is messy fun. If you have kids, they will probably adore doing this stuff for you. However, be sure their hands are clean. You don't want them to eat cake pops that have been touched by dirty fingers. Choose a flavor of frosting that you like. Add about half of it into the crumbs. Basically, what you want is to form a doughy texture again. If you need to add more frosting, feel free to do so. Make sure that it all mixed and ensure that there is no part of the cake crumb mixture without frosting. Use a cookie scooper to scoop out little balls. Round them with your hands so that they aren't as sticky. Make sure that each forms a perfect little ball. You need them to be even when you are dipping them into chocolate. Put each cake ball onto a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. Then place in the freezer for 10 minutes or so to firm up. Melt some chocolate in a double boiler. The chocolate that you use to cover strawberries is recommended. You can also use crushed up white chocolate wafers if you prefer as the outer layer. Dip the lollipop stick into melted chocolate and then insert into the cake ball. Insert the stick into little round balls a little less than halfway, just as far as it feels sturdy to hold it is accurate or whatever. Dip the cake ball into the melted chocolate. Set aside so that the chocolate hardens. Once they have cooled down, dip each cake pop into the melted chocolate for one more time. This to ensure that they are fully covered. Be very careful at this point. You don't want the balls to break and fall into the chocolate. Gently tap them above the chocolate and and remove any excess chocolate. Add sprinkles or toppings as desired. Use the styrofoam block to stick the cake pops into and for display. Keep on with this process until you are all the way finished. Then, if you want, melt some white chocolate. Put it into a plastic bag and cut a hole at the corner. Decorate each cake pop using the melted white chocolate in the way you want. This step is optional, but provides a great opportunity to write a person's name, the name of the sports team, and to draw images, patterns, or symbols. Refrigerate the cake pops, this to make them stay firm and to keep them fresh until serving time. So yeah, that's how you make them. And about the chocolate dipping, you don't have to like melt the chocolate. You can like have any type of colored wafers you like. So and then you melt it. Yeah, it can be anything. And about the white thing, it says you don't have to put on the white frosting. So yeah, making cake pops is optional. So yeah, that's it. Bye.